Hi, I'm elanakinda, and I'm practically 5 foot nothing. Actually, I'm just kidding. I'm 5 foot 1 inch, and I will always mention I'm that extra inch. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years now, and I've been sharing petite styling tips along the way. Things I've learned, things that I don't do, but then now do. And as I get older, my style is evolving and changing, and I feel like getting better over time as I get older. I want to share with you guys petite styling tips that actually work. Now, maxi dresses are wonderful if you're petite. Now, when we're talking about footwear, I definitely recommend open-toe footwear when it comes to maxi dresses versus closed-toe. They visually elongate the legs, and open-toe shoes, especially if they're nude or low contrast colors, or if you go for a color that's the same color as the dress, which is what I normally do because I wear a lot of black and white, so it's pretty easy to do that. It gives the illusion of longer legs because they show more skin. So this little bit of extra visibility at the foot helps balance out the really full length of the maxi dress, which can otherwise overwhelm a petite frame just depending what footwear you choose. And then they also create a lighter, less heavy look. Closed toe shoes in particular, chunkier styles can visually cut off the leg and feel too heavy at the bottom of a long dress. When the hem of a maxi dress covers most of the leg and the toes are also hidden, it makes petites honestly look a little bit shorter and more stumpy. Even just showing the toes or at the top of the feet can really break up that covered up look and help add the appearance of height. And you overall just have a much more balanced look this way. And I definitely recommend maxi dresses that are lighter, have more movement, softer, more delicate. I would definitely avoid the really heavy fabrics, unless obviously it's a very special occasion. But if we're talking about like spring, summer, definitely opt for the lighter options and keep the shoes open. Number 2 is column dressing. And now I didn't realize I was doing this until I was creating this video and putting together all these petite styling tips. It's where your base is one piece. So like, for example, today's a good example. I'm wearing a romper, top, bottom, put together, one piece. This could also be your pants and top, same color, shorts and top. This could also be a dress, and then you add a contrasting layer over your body. Wearing similar or matching colors, especially in your top and bottom, creates a single vertical column of color that draws the eye up and down instead of side to side, making you appear taller and leaner. And then it also minimizes visual breaks. So petites benefit from avoiding harsh horizontal breaks, even though I don't think that's bad. But if you want very streamlined outfits, this is a great way to do that. And now I'm not saying this is the only way to dress, definitely not, but this is a great way to have very streamlined outfits, so you can include this into your existing style very easily. So column dressing just really minimizes those interruptions, which helps your frame look more streamlined. And column dressing is my favorite way to dress my body. I just feel like it, again, minimizes visual breaks. You have a much more streamlined, polished outfit, especially if this is more your style. And overall just looks so sleek and polished and very petite friendly. Now, number 3, I don't think people are really going to agree with me on this, but I truly believe this is probably a much more flattering option for petites, and I'm not dismissing the other option not to go for. So, choosing narrower pant legs over wide when you're in doubt. Now, my issue with wide leg pants is that a lot of brands don't scale it down for petites. They'll make a wide leg pant that is great for someone that is like 5'5" or maybe 5'8", like on the taller side. When you're scaling things down in petite, it's not just the length that needs to be shorter, but their overall width, the volume of the item has to be scaled down for petite too. So inserting this clip here of these Abercrombie wide leg jeans, they are completely unflattering on my figure. Can I just say, all you see is the pants and not me. And maybe some of you guys love this, maybe some of you guys hate it, but I personally hate it. I think all you see is pants, you don't see me. And while I can appreciate the wider fit pant, this is just not done right for a petite. Whereas this version here from Madewell, this is a wide leg pant. Some could argue these are straight, but on the label it says wide, so I'm going with it. And this is scaled down if you're short. It's not too much volume, it's not too much fabric, and it is just done really well for a shorter person like me. It's not just the length, but it's the overall volume and as well as the rise of the pant as well, the jeans. They also show more of your shape. So petite frames can easily get overwhelmed by excess fabric like I just mentioned, but narrow pant legs like slim, straight, tapered styles, or even a wide leg fit that's properly scaled down for a petite, follow your natural silhouette, which also helps you look longer, leaner, instead of swallowed by wide or baggy cuts. And then when pants skim close to your legs, especially when you pair it with heels or pointed shoes, and especially if you go for longer lengths, they create a more continuous, elongated line. Number 4 is something I just recently learned, and I hope you guys can relate to this, but petite sizing doesn't always mean better. Petites come in all different shapes and sizes, right? We have me, who's athletic. I have a long torso, shorter legs. We have petites that are the complete opposite of me. And petite sizing generally shortens the sleeves, the inseam, as well as the rise at times. Not always, but at times. So even if you're under 5'4", standard sizing might even fit you better in some areas, or you need to mix and match. I've learned that I'm honestly a mixture of petite and regular. A lot of regular size tops fit me beautifully, whereas sometimes petite specific tops actually are quite too small, especially if you're busty like me. I'm a busty petite girl. Sometimes petite fitting tops, I either have to go up a size or it's even better going for regular size, whereas my bottoms, 100% petite. I'm very itty bitty with my legs. There's not much length there. So I definitely benefit with petite rises, petite inseam, the overall width of the fabric. And also some petite garments are shortened way too much. And I recently did a video of trying on regular versus petite sizing. I tried on these Gap jeans. Now, obviously the shorter ones are petite, the longer ones are regular. I really think I benefit from the regular length because if I style it with heels for fall and winter, my legs look so dang long, versus the crop style, it still absolutely works if you're short. To really have that leg lengthening effect, the regular inseam actually works really well. While the intentions are good with brands creating different fits and silhouettes, and I really appreciate that. Like, I really appreciate the brands that at least put the time, some time, into petite, regular, and tall. We just have to really pay attention and be in tune with our unique body type, and sometimes that may just be mixing and matching, getting some regular fits, getting some petite fits, trying out different silhouettes and styles. And that's why I think it's so important, not necessarily paying attention to if something is petite, but knowing your individual body type, so that way you can really pick pieces that fit you. And just remember, the best fitting wardrobe often includes a mix of petite, regular, and even altered pieces, as well as choosing petite scaled prints and patterns. Smaller prints like mini florals, even tiny polka dots, which have been super trendy lately. Fine stripes feel balanced on a petite frame. Oversized can dominate the outfit and just make you look shorter or more drowned in the fabric. Smaller prints keep the focus on you. You're not completely drowned in the item. And it's kind of tempting because sometimes I see larger scaled patterns, especially florals, that just look so beautiful. And then I put it on myself and I'm like, I feel like all you see is just flowers. And same thing goes with accessories. You want to go for tiny, dainty accessories like this, like I'm wearing today. You don't want it to overpower or swallow your frame. I see a lot of like, not even just smaller daintier jewelry. I even see people overstack and overlayer too much, which the focus is on the jewelry and not the person. And honestly, aside from petite styling, if jewelry is overly layered, it starts to make the items look much more cheap. What makes it look really expensive, jewelry, any jewelry, even if you spent like $5, $10 on it, is if you wear 1 or 2, maximum 3 pieces. Because typically if you're spending a lot of money on a jewelry item, you're not going to be wearing a lot of them. You're going to be wearing a little bit. So this is kind of like a little trick to make jewelry look a lot more expensive. It's just not wear a lot of it. That's aside from petite styling tips. I guess that's just kind of like a little bonus I threw in there. Are there exceptions with large patterns and print? Yes. If you love it and you feel great, wear it. That's all that matters at the end of the day. I don't want these videos to be like, this is a rule. If you don't follow it, it's not gonna look good. Definitely not. Next up, maybe some of you guys won't agree with me on this either, but avoiding chunky shoes. They definitely cut the leg line, make you actually appear shorter and more stumpy, and they create a strong horizontal break right at your feet. So this interrupts the smooth vertical line from the leg to shoe, making your legs appear, again, shorter and wider. So I think there are options for petites. Again, it all comes down to scaled down options. I don't recommend like a big chunky shoe like this, but maybe going for something slightly less chunky chunky like this is going to be so much more flattering. And if you like a chunkier shoe, this is going to be a much more flattering option than something like this. It's gonna be a lot more streamlined, scaled down for your shorter frame as well. As well as chunky shoes like this just add a lot of visual weight to the bottom, again, as well as they make your feet look so much bigger than they actually are, which I know a lot of us girls are not into that. If you do like a chunky shoe, another way to incorporate it that makes it look a lot more streamlined is a monochrome outfit. So if you're wearing like a black chunkier shoe, wear a black bottom. If you're going to wear like a beige white chunky shoe, wear white denim jeans, white trousers. Keep the line continuous if you really like this style. And I recently, again, like I mentioned, made this video on trying on clothes in the petite and regular section. Same exact item, 2 different fits. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll love this one. So I'll see you over here. Bye!